Well, the Aurora Police Department is facing criticism for months now after one of their officers was found passed out drunk in his unmarked patrol car.
And now prosecutors say they can't bring charges against Officer Nate Meyer because police never collected the evidence needed to take that case to trial.
Denver 7's Lance Hernandez talked to the DA and Lance, the interim chief, and both are frustrated tonight.
They are. Now, to some people, this may look like a cover-up. Officer Nate Meyer was found behind the wheel of his car, which was in the middle of this street, just on the south side of the Buckley Air Force Base. Responding officers never tested him for alcohol, even though they detected a faint smell. They thought he was having some kind of medical issue.
He's a little intoxicated.
Body cam video shows fellow officers on the scene where Nate Meyer was found unconscious in his patrol car, the engine running, his foot on the brake.
I'm frustrated because, bottom line is, if one of us had been in that car and not Officer Nate Meyer, you ask me, do I think it would have been treated differently? I do.
District Attorney George BRAUCHLER said he can't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Meyer was guilty of DUI because of decisions made by other officers.
There is no attempt by Aurora PD to get a blood sample at any time. No request at all.
During the internal affairs investigation, it was learned Meyer had a blood alcohol reading of 0.430, 5 times the legal limit. But that test was done by hospital staff and is not admissible in court. Had Aurora PD requested the blood test, that record could have been subpoenaed.
We did it wrong. We did not charge him with a DUI.
Interim Police Chief Vanessa Wilson says officers are held to a higher standard and that in the future, a DUI investigation will be undertaken. We asked if what happened amounted to a cover-up.
This became an ignorance is bliss moment. I think this became, we don't want to know. We don't want to get evidence that might show what we suspect. I don't think that's a cover-up, but it's a couple blocks from it.
You had a close-up and personal image of that scene that we have seen played over and over again. The officers wrote in their reports that they smelled alcohol, and when they were interviewed in internal affairs, they stated that they smelled a faint odor of alcohol, so they weren't covering it up.
Now, Chief Wilson said she plans to open an investigation into the decisions made by Deputy Chief Paul O'Keefe that day. She doesn't say that she believes he did anything wrong. She just wants to learn more. She also said that fellow officers should hold their heads high. She says they weren't the ones behind the wheel. They weren't the ones making the decision. She believes that the public will give the department an opportunity to regain trust. Lance Hernandez, Denver 7.